Some people always late. I don't know what's going on, but let's just start. Hopefully, she'll come on. She knows what time to be here. We even give her extra time, and she's just it's what she does. Sometimes. All right, Leanne, hit the button. We're gonna dock her pay.
You going to dock the dock?
Yeah, we're gonna dock the dock. Leanne, hit the button. Now you're not doing your job. It's ridiculous. Hit the button. I don't want to keep saying it.
You know that button says stop.
Oh, hey. That was a joke.
It was a bad joke.
There's no outburst or anything. There's never any outbursts or anything like that. So no.
That's what I deal with every day, you guys.
Girl, you get the award. You get
we play on the show a lot. Right, Leanne? Right?
No.
She said no. She's playing again. So let's get started here. Welcome back to Nothing But
Answers.
Hey, the place you come to get all the answers that you need. We have all the answers for the week. Just save your questions and ask us, and we'll answer them. Don't go anywhere else. Here. These minds mind everybody's business. We know everything. But let's introduce them. Neil, how are you doing?
How are you, sir? Thanks for asking. I'm doing quite well. Good week, hot week, but It's summer. It's the tail end of summer. But a good week nonetheless. No complaints over here. Thanks for asking.
You're very welcome. Double L, how are you doing?
I'm good.
And thank you. So, had a good week as well. The heat's crazy. AC working overtime.
Be glad it's working.
Oh, but I wonder. I was thinking the other day, like, I remember growing up without air, and it was hot, but I don't remember it being. I guess you get kind of. Are we texting?
No, we're sending links to people so they can get on.
Okay. I didn't like the tone of your voice. We'll check that later. We're not gonna do this in front of company. We're not gonna do it in front of company, but we'll check it. And I was like, wow, it's hot. And I was trying to remember, do I ever remember it being like oppressive? Like, so like, I don't know. I guess you get it, you adapt to it when you don't have,
Yes.
I remember having fans on, blowing hot air. I think that was the first air fryers that we had because I was frying.
I was right with you, Daryl. Yep.
Right. So
my mom had it hot.
Right. It was no central air. I didn't even know what central air was. And we didn't have the ones air conditioned in the window. Like, so we had fans. So we just blow around hot air and lay around like half naked and just don't move. Turn that light off. It's too hot in here.
Exactly.
That light bulb is making it hotter. The bulb is making it hotter.
I remember it well.
Right. So, anything this week happened? Anybody? Anything? This week went by so fast. Well, what Trump got something. Not really sure what happened.
Something happened there.
Yeah, something happened. Not really sure what.
Something went down.
Which is tragic. If it's yes, it's tragic. This world is bananas. But you know what? You just don't know what to believe, what's real and fake anymore.
No,
that's the thing. That's really the thing. You just don't know what to believe. Is this real? Is it fake? Is it staged? Is it set up? Is it don't know anything. Everybody stay safe out there. Stay hydrated. Stay cool. I was trying to start the show off differently, but they didn't let me. But it's okay because I was hot. It's tough.
Tell us about that. What were you trying to do, Daryl? Tell us about it. Trying to put people into trauma mode. What were you trying to do?
Trying to get the ratings up. So And it was really Leanne because she was gonna pop on too. She was gonna pop out.
Leanne was joining in on that.
Yeah, that's gonna be. She's gonna pop out and show people too.
It was just gonna be two of y'all on here tonight.
Gang. So let's get it. So tonight we're gonna talk about love. Love, what is it? What's good?
What is it?
Yeah, what is it? What is it to you? What does love mean? What? How do we show love? How do we accept love? You know,
we don't.
I mean, I did hear they were like, love is in the air. So I had my gas mask on. Stand away from that. No, but love is a good thing. It really is. I think it gets a bad rap at times because, you know, love does allow you sometimes to do things you wouldn't normally do, right? Or act in ways you wouldn't normally act.
True.
But it's good to be in love.
Oh, yeah,
right?
For sure.
Being in love, you know, love.
I love being in love.
Right. I love being in love. I'm happy here. You know, love is a great feeling, especially when you are getting that love reciprocated. It's being returned to you the way you need it returned. Right. That's a good thing. You know, you glow. Like, see this glow? This is
I got some of that going on too today.
Right. I got that. I'm being love right glow. Get you some love right, and you'll glow like your boy.
You won't need no facial, right?
Listen. Love will make you glow. You get the right love, boom, and light me up. But okay, so anyway, we're gonna play some clips of some things we found. Everybody stay and watch clips and let us know what you feel. Do we feel this is love? Do we feel this is correct? What do we feel about the clip? Leanne, play me something. Play me a little something.
Go LL.
Everybody in the comments, if you're in love, put a heart in the comments. Heart it up in the comments.
Y'all be so quick to yell, oh, women don't know how to treat men in this generation, this and that.
Oh, I guess we can't. Okay. That's not.
And I back it the fuck up because I know how to treat a man. I'm just not going to treat a man better than he treated me. Let's be real. Y'all be so quick to yell, oh, women don't know how to treat men in this generation, this and that. I back it the fuck up because I know how to treat a man. I'm just not going to treat a man better than he treated me. Let's.
It's not really playing, man.
No, hold on. Let me do this and see if it'll play through.
Okay. Anyway, like I said, if anyone, you know, if you got a little love going on in your life, you're in love, you know, throw a little heart in the comment section. All the numbers in the house.
So quick to yell, oh, women don't know how to treat men in this generation, this and that. I back it the fuck up because I know how to treat a man. I'm just not going to treat a man better than he treated me. Let's be real. Y'all be so quick to yell, oh, women don't know how to treat me.
It.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
I back it the fuck up because I know how to treat a man. I'm just not going to treat a man better than he treated me.
Okay, let's talk about it. Let's break it down. So she said she's not going to treat someone better than they're treating her. What do you think about that?
First of all, I mean, what does that mean? Like, what's better than the person's treating you? That's the first thing to measure. Like, what does that mean?
Well, whatever it is. So, what do you think, Leanne, before I jump in here, before I opine?
I kind of stuck on this one.
Okay. So, for me, what I hear is that there's a level she'll go to with her love. So she has I'm only going to go where I feel you're at. I'm only going to go to what I feel you're giving. Right? Which means her love is very conditional. Very conditional. And and again, feelings can be wrong. I may not feel you're giving me all the love or whatever case may be, but now I'm going to hold back. So I kind of even feel like it's kind of petty, like it's tit for tat. You know, I'm not going to do much because you're not, you know what I'm saying? You're not allowing me, you're not giving me what I need, so I'm not gonna give you what you need. So I think that's, to me, it's not cool. You know, that's not a cool way to look at it. I wouldn't want anyone to kind of approach it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because maybe say I'm giving you all the love I have that day, or that week, or that month. Because sometimes you may not have a lot to give, right? So if I'm not giving you, I'm giving you all I got, but it's not what you feel. Now you're going to now withhold from me. That's not, to me, that's not really love, right? I think love is selfless, and it should not, to me, love shouldn't have to be based on what the other person is doing. If you love them, you love them. You should, act accordingly. To me,
I agree with that. I agree with
No,
that.
I don't.
Okay, well, talk to me, man.
I think that,
Here we go.
You can't love nobody better than you love yourself. You feel me? And sometimes you gotta save your love because the other person don't know how to act. And when they don't know how to act, you reciprocate energy is what you're supposed to do.
No, Leanne, that's terrible. So why would you reciprocate bad energy?
Because you do unto others as they do unto you.
I think that way of thinking is very. First of all, because you need to be who you are, right? And if someone's giving you bad energy, you have to now make a decision what you want to do. But don't let that bad energy affect you and infect you and make you act out of character. Right?
No, that's my character. That is my character.
Being true to herself.
And let's take a pause for a minute. Hey, Doc, how are you doing?
Hey,
Hi,
Doc.
guys.
Hi,
Hi. I'm doing okay.
You doing okay? Yeah, we're doing about 8 o'clock. We were doing
You know what? I was in a meeting.
Oh, okay.
Don't explain it.
Take care of business. Take care of business.
You see, you should have been on earlier because Ruth was wilding.
No, you shouldn't have.
No.
You should not have been on earlier before the
Talk
show
about it
actually
later.
clicked on. We'll talk later about that. I'm still traumatized. I'll say that.
I don't know. Ruth had idea that we should do, and I think next week we'll try it.
You're going to stop lying, man. Doc, I'll talk to you privately.
Was she acting out of character?
Not at all out of my character for that. Let's say Daryl was in his true character. Let's say that.
Okay. All right, that sheds a lot of light.
So we're discussing love.
Okay.
We have some clips and things about love, and we're going to decipher and talk about how we feel about these clips. So the first clip you missed, so we can't go back, and you just got to jump on the next one.
Why do I gotta get the punishment talk? Like
17 minutes. You missed the first one. Play the next one, Leanne.
If you was here, you'd have seen it.
Right.
So love is a good thing. We were talking about how good love is, but okay, we got another one. Oh, there we go.
On the inside.
There we go. It's 2 and 2 right here.
My counselor gave me some advice a few years ago. He said, Ken, how's everything going? And to me, I'm paying you to be able to vent to you. And I said, well, this is happening in my marriage. This is happening with the kids, church people, this is happening in our finances. And I just began to tell him all of the negative stuff. I vented. He says, your problem is that you just want life to be easy and you don't expect any difficulties. And he says, and people who don't expect difficulties actually end up overeating and over drinking because they just want to be happy or they idolize happiness. And he says, but Jesus in God's word never promised us an easy life. He never said that there wouldn't be difficulties. Matter of fact, he said the opposite. He said, as long as you're in this world, you're going to have trouble. What's that? Difficulties. Yeah. But then he said, be of good cheer because I've overcome the world. And so what I take that, and it dawned on me that his grace is sufficient for us in difficulties. No matter what you go through, whether it be menopause, whether it be financial things, whether it be something in your marriage, whatever's happening, God never promised us that we would not go through difficulties. He just promised us that he would be with us in the midst of difficulties. And so I think my answer for people would be, we have to normalize difficulties. like what you're going through, we have to normalize this. You know, when people leave your life and they ghost you, you have to normalize some of this. You can't just be sucker punched every single time you go through a battle. Like, why is this happening to me? Like something strange is happening, because we live in a fallen, broken, sinful world. But be of good cheer, for he has overcome the world. You know, my counselor gave me some advice a few years ago.
Very interesting. What do you think?
First of all, tell men to stop talking on the women's things. Because y'all don't understand the difficulty that comes with these things. Periods, childbirth, menopause.
Get over it, like he said. Well, I think what I think he said was, we kind of said this before. I think he said just prepare for these things. I don't think he was saying
you can't be prepared for something you don't know.
No, I'm saying that. Well, if you kind of know what's going to happen, it's not as bad as if you never talked about it ever.
We know these things are going to happen, but they are still bad.
There's an echo somewhere.
There's an echo.
Right. But he says normalize things being bad so you can deal with it a little better, right? That's what I heard.
I heard that. I did.
Yeah, you know what I didn't hear though?
I agree with the fact that we all are going to have difficulties, and I think that sometimes your perspective has to change and change it from a problem to a challenge. And a challenge is what allows you to do something better with that situation.
Okay. That's a different way of packaging it. Okay. If move everything away from it, there's the echo. Let's try to.
I don't know. Is that me?
I don't know what it is. No, I think sometimes it when we do the video, I think when we come back out of it, sometimes I think so. It's not anything we can do anything about at this time. But Neil, what were you saying? You were saying.
What was that?
I said, what were you saying, Lee? I'm sorry I cut you off.
Oh, yeah. You know what I didn't hear anything about? Love. He was just out there talking to be talking.
That's true.
Love. You don't have to say love, because the things he was doing was promoting love.
No, and I don't agree.
Him going to, and you don't have to, right? It's a good thing about dialogue. But I think him just going to counseling is love. That means he cares enough about his relationship to try to do something different.
That's one way to interpret it.
Yeah, that's one way to interpret it.
I could hear what he was saying on some level. To like work, like Doc was saying, to work through whatever it is you're going through, to get, look at it as a challenge. But there are some things that you cannot really speak to unless you have walked in those shoes.
But to know about it makes it a little different. So it's not a total shit. Like if they're like, when you run this race, it's gonna be really hard. It's gonna turn over here, and this is gonna happen. Not that you're fully prepared for it, but you kind of, it's not a surprise. So you can deal with it a little different.
No.
Okay. That's
He's saying don't expect it to be good all the time. I hear that.
Yeah, it's not gonna be good. Like, hey, baby, when this happens, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be tough. You're like, yeah, what?
No, even if you know something about it and it starts to happen, you get punched in the mouth. It feels different. You don't know what it feels like to get punched in the mouth. And then trust me, I'm surprised on the level of pain that's there.
No, but you still understand that if someone, just like you go somewhere for the first time, if you have kind of directions, you kind of know where you're going. It makes it a little different. So it's just a little bit more, I guess, it's not as anxious because you know what's going on. Just knowing something does help somewhat.
No.
So
no,
you're talking crazy right now.
You're talking crazy. You see, first off, that wasn't even a objective opinion.
No, because your opinion
or
is not
view.
Your opinion is trash right now. I can't believe you would say.
What is you talking about?
That if you don't, by knowing something could happen, that it wouldn't it may make it a little less whatever it is. By knowing this may happen, by knowing it just makes it a little. Even though when you do it, first time I had my daughter, I remember the book, What to Expect When Expected.
You didn't have your daughter.
That book. Shut up, I did. What are we clapping for? It's the woman hate again. It's the woman hate. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. I need a fellas. I need somebody else to join me on here. Okay, send the link.
And somebody can tell you all day about the pain of childbirth.
True. True that.
Until you experience it.
Right, but think about the pain you'd have if you didn't know anything about it. You went into it the first time. It's like, oh, it's total shock. But if you go into it,
do the same thing.
No, it's not. It's gonna be totally different.
No, it's the
mind
same
is
thing.
a powerful thing. The mind is a very powerful thing, right? And by knowing things, you can.
Some of ours.
Well, if you're not using it, that's on you. But the mind's a powerful thing. It is a powerful thing. If you don't use it, that's on you. But it is powerful. Play the next video.
Please.
Time is nonsense.
No, I really want you to explain where you're coming from because I'm so intrigued.
Because this is you can't help some people, right? You can leave them the water, you can't make them drink.
So intrigued.
I'm not taking the water anymore.
Of your point of view.
Jeez.
Why so many women cannot submit to a husband, because when you don't trust him, you want to control him. Mystery makes me kill my need to be in control. And that is the hardest part for people. You think that you have it all together and your plan is the best way. God says, I will take you through this valley and I will make you sit in this place of mystery where you have no idea. Your thoughts don't work. Your decisions don't work. Your plans don't work. I'll let you sit here because you've got to know that I am God. And so because you trust me the least and you want to control the most, let's just take everything off the table until you are able to trust me and know that I am going to lead you on your path. Then that place, we will just sit in this place of mystery.
So good.
Same thing to that wife or to that husband that is praying for that spouse to get it together. And because you're waiting to see this thing, and God, I'm in this place of mystery. I've been praying for my husband. I've been praying for my wife. God, it's still just not coming to pass. Stay in that place until you learn to relinquish control. Because if you change him, you have to keep changing him. If you control him, you're going to have to keep controlling him. But when you give him to God and God goes inside and does a heart operation, now I can release my hands. And now he's not good to me because I control him. He's good to me because God is controlling his heart. Now he's become one. You don't accomplish anything until you release it. The place of mystery is my preparation. Why so many women?
Okay, that was utter nonsense.
Somebody explain to me what happened. I don't know what she was talking about.
That was nonsense.
I don't know. Okay, I didn't get it. I'm sorry. I missed your message. It might have been good. You sound like you knew something. I didn't get it. Anybody get it?
She was loud and what do you call it? She was loud confident. And she had a lot of passion.
Yeah, she was confident. In her mind, she knew what she was talking about. So maybe somebody can, put the captions at the bottom. We can understand what she said, and maybe we could get it. But I missed it. So swing and a miss. Sorry. Hey, Leanne, next time it's our mumble jump, just stop it. Just don't go somewhere else. I was like, whoa. Everybody's face looked blank. I thought it was just me. I was like, nope, nobody got it.
Some people think that the louder they get about something, the more sense it makes.
Right.
And when I seen her clap her hand the third time, I knew she was on it. She was like, this is profound. I'm dropping knowledge. Knowledge. Okay.
Wow.
And she has those people, the background people cheering her on.
And I can't believe anybody knew what she said. They're like, yeah, girl, yeah. What she said?
They didn't know. They were just agreeing.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hoping she would stop.
Somebody cut her mic off. Cut her mic off. See. Okay. What do we have here, Leanne?
Told your man, I can't do this without you. When was the last time you actually told a man that this don't work without you? Before you, I was lost in this. But now with you, I feel like something's possible. See, women today, you're afraid to be vulnerable, and that's feminine. And see, modern women have become the men they dislike. You're not caring, you're uninterested, and you lack affection. And affection does not just mean sex. Men are innately tuned into women who try. Men need your love and affection. Men feel most loved by women in their lives who hug them, kiss them, smile at them, explicitly offer gratitude, praise, and words of affection. When was the last time you told your man, I can't do this without you? When was the last time you...
What do we think?
I don't think one equals the other.
What do you mean, Doc?
I don't think not telling your man that you can't do this alone, or you weren't self-sufficient before him, equals to you not being vulnerable or affectionate.
So,
you can be a strong woman and also be vulnerable and affectionate to your man.
How about the rest of the thing? Not
that's what I'm breaking it down.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
So yes, I totally agree, and I don't think it's just men. I think human beings need hugs and kisses and praise and told that they're loved. That's a human thing. I don't think men need it any more than women.
That's not true. He's telling you as a man, we need it more. I feel like it because we don't get it as much, right? Women get it because men tell and give gifts, and kids get it. Men don't really receive that much at all, right? And I'm speaking for men, most of the time don't get a lot of praise or you look good. Those things that we do to women all the time, that because you're supposed to make the woman feel good. You're supposed to chase her. You're supposed to keep doing the things you did to get her. You're supposed to continue to do that. But
I think women are supposed to do that too. So I'm not sure why.
Are they?
The women that you're talking about aren't.
When do you hear that? So tell me where you hear that at. Where is that taught that women are supposed to do these things too? Because I'm telling you, as a man, it doesn't happen a lot. So when you do, like, men can tell you exactly when you told him, I like that cologne you had on. I think I gave me a kiss for no reason at one day, or I hugged you one day. We can tell you exactly when it happened because it happens so infrequently. When it happens, we're like, yo, that happened.
Wow.
That is
right?
Wow. And
why? And we're not saying this is not all. This is not all, right? I'm not saying all, but I'm saying a lot of times men are the ones who are trying to get the woman, keep the woman, and it becomes almost conditioning where we're just used to doing it. And it becomes what we do. And it's not like anybody's doing it on purpose. It's just how things are. It's the norms. And it becomes something that when you hear someone say, hey, babe, I like your hair that way, which is not something you think you normally say, but you're like, okay, oh, I like you in shorts. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna take my own life. I don't wear shorts. I haven't worn shorts all my whole damn life. I don't wear them. I hate shorts. I wear jeans all the time. It'd be 1,000 degrees outside. I have shorts on. I got some shorts bought for me, and she was like, "Oh my god, you look so good on." I've been wearing shorts all summer. I got shorts all summer. I'm gonna let you know.
Yeah, I hear that.
Tank top all summer. That's all I wear. I don't wear anything. I like your hair out. My hair's been out all summer. Listen,
90 degrees hair out.
I'm telling you, these things that are said that are usually are so infrequent, you remember, and it hits different when she's telling you now the things you're usually doing. And it feels good as a man. We don't say it, but it feels good for someone to ooze over you. Oh, baby, your body look good.
Okay.
No shirts. No shirts.
Yeah, I agree. I think that has to be taught on both sides, though, because I hear that a lot in couples therapy from women. He never compliments me. He never talks about how good I look. He didn't even say the food was good. Stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah,
I get it can go both ways. It definitely can.
Yeah,
but I will say that I will say at a certain point, men do, especially in the beginning, we're probably doing all those things, and it can wane off because, like I said, we do get humdrum, and we get if you're not dressing up anymore, I'm not dressing up anymore. We're not really saying we look good anymore. We just look the same every day, right? But you're right. We do have to get back to, and you're right, Doc. We all need it, and I'm just speaking for. I know men when we really like it when people say nice things. Hey, like I was about to buy a jacket because she was like, "Yeah, you look good in that jacket." And so Leanne,
I hope it wasn't the jacket we saw.
Hater she is.
I hope it was a different jacket.
Then the other haters like Voltron for him.
That
They're like,
jacket.
the hater crew over here.
We not haters. We the ones telling you the truth. She wanted you to buy that jacket so because she was either selling it or she don't want nobody to look at you.
Good point, Doc. Good point.
See, fella, this is what we get. We get joked on, clowned on, and roasted. Here we get. I put the jacket on, feeling good about myself. Like, Leanne, look at this. Ooh, what's that? It's not for you. That's what we get.
Woo!
But I do think,
your real friend told you the truth.
Listen, sometimes I don't know where the real friend is and the hate begins. I don't know. She tried to hate me being great. I saw it with the jacket. Like, I know the jacket was fire. Fire. Die-line. Hot fire.
But then you're right, though. We do have to change that narrative because I notice when I do that more that my husband is responsive in a different way. And I think sometimes maybe that I forget or like you said, the focus is the other way around. And so I try to be a little more mindful of that and I get a different response. So you're right. We do have to, as women, but that takes being vulnerable too, as women. So that's the other piece of that. I think a lot of this both way sharing means we have to be vulnerable.
No.
Leanne. I was about to say no too. Leanne, here, hey fellas, pay attention. Here we go.
No.
What?
Dudes are just attention seekers right now. And somebody need to keep them level-headed. That's what they need. That's why you don't get all the oohs and ahs, and because you got to keep them level-headed. Because the second you don't, that they want to take control and just start talking all crazy, extra bass in their voice. Like, who are you?
But Leanne, that's why you ration it out. I don't give it all at once.
There we go, fellas. Here we go. They're rationing it out. This is done on purpose.
Hey, but I do it. I just don't do it all at once because she's right about that piece.
But they want it all the time. See, fellas, how this is one-sided. Thank you, Ruth, for telling us how one-sided your scale is.
No problem.
You already think that, so I might as well add to it.
Like,
a prisoner, look, as far as you're
concerned. Women know we look good, but they won't say nothing because they, like Leanne said, they don't want our heads to get big. Or
they got that ego thing.
Right. She gave you a compliment on Monday. She can't give you Monday and Thursday. That's 2 in 1 week. That's just too much.
Once a week.
Crazy.
Once a week.
This is love. This is why our relationships are so great. This is love. They're rationing out compliments. And you know what? I will say the same thing with hugs. For a woman to initiate, for her to kiss you first, initiate sex, all those things are really, for me, when I talk to other men, like that feels really good because you feel like sometimes she really don't want to. She only does it because I'm initiating. I got the hug. I'm grabbing her hand. I'm giving her kisses. So when women do that, even as much as sitting close to you and laying their head on you, that game changer. We may not show it, and that's maybe why women maybe don't do it because you're not getting the response from us that you want. So I understand that. I know you may lay, but inside, I'm gonna tell you right now, inside you're like, oh, but you don't want to do that. You gotta be cool. But
why? Why not show it?
Because then you start to be like,
because then the women get big heads.
No, because they're like, he a bitch, he all soft, he all.
But see, that's why we got to change the narrative. We got to change the narrative. You can't have it both ways.
I mean, and that's what it is. It's so much of the societal norm to what we think, and we're both trying to outthink and not do things to look a certain way that we really mess our lives up. So you should be like, damn, babe, I like when you do that. She's like, man, you all soft. You know, what you mean? I ain't leaning on you
Nobody
no more.
does that.
Okay, be soft.
Would you say,
Nobody does that. It takes vulnerability
Well,
to receive it.
That's what I said. You know, you inside.
No, you didn't say it like I said it.
Well, I don't know why you echoing what I said. You didn't
say it.
I say something profound after she heard what I said.
You didn't say it with such
eloquence. This video ready. But inside,
I already got
really
the next video ready.
We're really giddy. Like we're like, ooh, it does feel good.
But that's why it's not happening now, because you're not showing.
Right. I get it. It's both of us where we're not doing something to fail. Go ahead, Lee.
Equally yoked conversation has been so misconstrued. What equally yoked means.
What that means?
So a yoke is what you would put on an animal for a wagon, right? A donkey or ox or something. You put the yoke around its neck to get it moving. You have two ox. Say if your outside leg is strong and our inside legs are weak, we still gonna pull forward. If both of us are strong on the left side and weak on the right side, we gonna pull to the left. I don't need to meet people that's strong in all my areas. I don't need to date people that have all the same strengths as I have and all the same weaknesses. Both of us don't know communication, but we both make money. Y'all gonna be divorced. Both of us got an eating habit. We're gonna be big. One of us need to like to work out. Both of us can't both be horrible with finances. We're gonna be poor. One of us need to have that skill set. Not both of us, but the one that doesn't have it needs to be willing to be taught. Once somebody marries you, everybody in your family should say, God, dog, you upgraded once you married them. Yeah. Where you learn this stuff from? My spouse.
Absolutely.
My spouse. That's a brag. See, this is what pushes people to marriage when they see all of us upgrading because we equally yoked.
Yeah.
So you got to evaluate, what does my family not have? They did not teach me. Before you go out there dating, find out what you need. Yep. Equally yoked conversation has been.
What do you guys think? Anybody jump in? Anybody?
I think she made some valid points.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because people spend too much time looking for someone who's exactly like them. And I think that it's okay sometimes to date somebody that is the opposite of you.
Right.
Or I'll say the opposite, but someone who, like she said, who has some of the skills that you don't have.
Right.
So I think she made some valid points.
Neil?
I agree. I think that's why they say opposites attract. You may not want them to be so far from your middle, but I think you can learn from each other. You have, again, be willing to do it, be vulnerable to do it. I know being married to my mate has made me a better person in a lot of ways. And I would hope he would say the same thing. So that's where the team effect comes in there. We always talk about our team effect, that if I can't handle this, I know you got it. You can't do that, I got it. I think it's valid.
Or if you both can't handle it, you both can't handle it together. And
together, but then we go and get the help for it together.
Right,
Same thing.
Right.
Yep.
And that's really the important piece. Like, because I think when you get to the point where you really can't, but you still can get through it or find a way to do it together, that's really important. What you got, Leanne?
I think it makes for a headache. You know what I'm saying? Just going around picking your opposite all the time.
The thoughts and expressed by Leanne are not condoned by the show. And only her thoughts.
Disclaimer.
Please, any comments are hate mail sent to Leanne.
I mean, think about it. You say up, I say up, you say down. I don't like people. You love being interactive with people. I go left, you go right. Nobody got time for that. That's an argument waiting to happen every single day.
Well, but that again, that's why you got to pick. Like you said, that may be too far. Like Neil said, too far is not good, right? So there's some intrinsic or some things that are just that are you that can't change because like I said, if you don't like people, they like being around people, it might not work. Right? Because I don't know what the middle ground is. Can we be around a little bit of people? Like, so that might be tough to deal with. But some of the other things she said, like, again, I agree. If someone is good in finance and you're not, then you can help each other. But if y'all both bad in finance, hopefully somebody's smart enough to get help, or you're gonna have, you're gonna lose your house. Okay, like she said, you're gonna be poor.
Yep.
So it has to be something that's manageable, like you said, Leanne. So you're right, it could be a headache. So don't go and say Neil said opposite attract. Opposite.
I said somewhat opposite.
Any hate mail you send to her, straight to her. Yeah, don't think that. We're saying that you still have to, vet the person, and they can't be so far left. But you guys have to be able to communicate through it, whatever it is. That's when you got to find a way. What do you think, Doc?
Yes, I agree.
Rachel?
I agree. Yes, yes.
So, Leanne, don't get somebody too far left, okay?
Right.
No, I don't know how to do that.
see, Leanne knows who she is. She's authentically her, which is going to serve her well.
Mm-hmm.
She knows what she wants. She knows what she don't want.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you, most likely she don't want you, whoever you are. Whoever you are. Might keep you around for a little bit, but I'm gonna let you know it's gonna be soon. Okay. Next video. But I did like what she said, and evenly yoked. I never really knew what it meant till today. I didn't know about the horses.
People don't necessarily want love. They want what they think is love. That's why when they get love, they tend to walk away from it because they don't have the capacity for the well that love brings in. So you want what you think is love. That's why they say what you said wasn't loving. Well, whose standard? Because God's love rebukes, God loves corrects. God love doesn't feel good at first because it changes you. Most people want to remain the same. So you want lust, you want what you think is love, but most people don't want love. When you get with somebody, the goal is to become the better version of who you are. Like you should never want to be with somebody that's content with who you are today. Like we're always achieving to be a better version of ourselves. Most of the time, you can't even define that with your own eyes because it's like you looking at a wall with no mirror. You can't see yourself. It's normally the person that comes in that can see you and say, hey, this is wrong with you. And you're like, no, I didn't notice that. I thought I was fine. They're like, no, you got to change that up. That's love to say, I demand a better you. But if somebody is not prepared for that demand, then they start thinking it's criticism or I'm offended that you said that, or I don't like that you did that. Well, no, you just wanted a puppet, but you didn't want somebody that brought in real love, which is chastening, which is rebuking, which is loving, which is accepting, which is also challenging. I should never accept you for being a jerk. You should strive to be better than that.
No.
People don't necessarily want love. They want.
Wow. And since you are in your bag about this, so what do you feel?
The whole. It's so many times where she just wailed off that was like out of control for me. Yes, I want you to be a puppet. Like, I know exactly what is going to be said and that I'm going to be loved the way that I want to be loved. Wow. Don't love me the way that you feel I should be loved. Who does that? Because you're more than likely wrong. I know what's best for me. And I will tell you.
And views of Leanne Little are her own views. And
tell me I'm wrong. I ain't wrong. Come on now, Doc. Help me out.
What she was saying is that you don't know what's best for yourself.
Exactly.
Somebody has to come along and tell you.
Exactly.
That means they love you because they're correcting you because you can't see yourself because you don't have a mirror. Like,
come on now, Doc.
So okay. So what you're saying, Doc, is that, and Leanne, is that if someone, because we can't observe ourselves, and if I say that I feel like you're acting in a certain way, I can't say I can't point, like, you're kind of acting like this. This is how I feel like you're acting.
I mean,
your feelings
that's
are
a
wrong.
Specific situation. It sounds like she's talking about who you are as a person in general.
I didn't
you
hear
don't
that.
know who you are when you come to the relationship.
I thought she was talking about maybe things that I took it as maybe some things you're doing in the relationship that you're doing that you may feel or not know that you're like maybe you're talking a certain way. You don't realize you're talking.
You need to run it back.
You're kind. Well, I think it's subjective because it's how we view what she said. Because she didn't really say it.
Because what she said was wrong.
Right?
Well, I kind of agree with Daryl on this one because I kind of don't get happy because I feel like she was saying that you really can't see some of your flaws, if you will. Right. And if somebody is in that deep with you and they really care about you, they're not going to let you go out like that. Like if I see you gaining a bunch of weight, my husband, and we're going to talk about that and say, got to get that together because I want you healthy. I want you to be with me forever, and not be offended by that. So of course I'm going to watch how I say it, but I think it's necessary in a true deep love that we share the good, the bad, the flaws, because I think it grows us. I just believe that.
But guess what?
I agree with that, but I don't know. I didn't. Go ahead.
And I took the same thing, Doc, for what Ruth said. I thought she was talking about in certain situations that may come up. You can say, hey, listen, you're kind of, acting a certain way, or you did something, or whatever, or it wasn't cool, how whatever happened. You can talk about it and say, for me, like, sometimes I talk too much. If you don't tell me I talk too much, I'm gonna talk forever.
Exactly.
I don't like anybody on this panel. I don't like anybody on this panel.
Talking when Doc said, "Go ahead, Lee." Somehow he got Daryl out of that.
Well, I was talking first before she tried to give you the green light, so it kept going. I went right through that red light, Leanne. But someone should be able to say, "Hey, listen, you're kind of over talking me," and I should be able to hear that and say, and I say that you have to be talking first to be over talked. This is weird, but I shouldn't. That shouldn't be met with defensiveness. It shouldn't be met with like, "No, I'm not." It should be like, oh, I'm sorry. I hear what you're saying, and be able to stop. That's what I like. Certain situations. That's what I heard. That's what I heard.
And I agree with that in situations if you're already in a relationship with that person.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Or how about building a relationship with that person, Doc? Like if you're doing something to build, should you point out things that you feel are kind of, off? Or whatever the case may be.
We talk about that all the time, letting people know what your boundaries and deal breakers and all those things are. Because if you don't like a person that's loud, who talks all over people, and you don't say anything early on, what's the point of saying something later? Why you can't be mad about it later?
Right.
Maria Hardy says, or mature enough to know how to handle it.
Gotcha. Right. But I do agree, Doc, if you're telling someone, I'm sorry, I would say, Doc, I do agree. If you're telling someone who they should be or whatever, that they're not, that's crazy. If you're trying to, as a person, as who I am, you're like, well, no, you can't see who you are. You need to do this, that, or next. That would be crazy.
That's how I was taking what she was saying. That's why I was like, I don't know about that. That sounds more like you're going into a relationship dating potential. But dating what you want this person to be versus what they are.
Gotcha.
But I got y'all. I understand where you guys are coming from, and I totally agree with that. You should be able to talk to your partner about things that aren't looking right, sounding right.
But at the end of the day, I don't have any flaws, so
okay. Again,
right.
I heard that.
Little vibes that her own thoughts does not reflect the rest of the crew. Her views are her own.
I say, what's it? Kendall says is all, and how you say it. He could be offensive.
If you say it wrong way, then the person may take it the wrong way.
Well, this is my thing too, right? I think it is how you say it, but if you. Well, I guess you got to get to know people, right? Because we can't take everything every time somebody says something and make it be negative, right? Because I know if I said it wrong, I apologize, but I love you, especially when we're in a relationship. I'm not saying anything out of malice. If it came out that way, please don't take it away to say, look, I don't like the way you took it. I mean, like the way you said it, but don't take it as offense because I love you. I wouldn't say it on purpose that way. Let me know I said it in a way that offended you because maybe I didn't know. That wasn't my intent. That is never my intent. I care about you. I love you. So don't get, I think sometimes we get caught up on little things in the argument because we're defensive already. So, oh, your voice went up a little high. And now we're talking about my voice being up high and we're not talking about the subject. Understand, you can say, my fault. I didn't mean for my voice to be up high. But when you go up high, it kind of takes the argument somewhere different. You could say, hey, listen, hey, keep it down. We shouldn't be talking to each other like that. But I hear what you're saying. And we can go on, right? Because again, I always say, if I say something wrong or out of character, I didn't mean to do that. Because I love that. So I do say things wrong.
Facts. Big facts.
Let's stop. Let's stop because
big fact.
Wait, how's a big fact? You picked them.
It don't matter.
You picked them. So if you picked an idiot,
right,
there you go.
Right.
I picked an idiot who can't tell me nothing.
Wow.
That means you can be with me, but you can't say nothing. Don't say nothing.
So
just do what I say.
Again, if you pick an idiot, we already see what type of person you are, right? So if you ever come with that, that's on you because you picked him.
That's right. Hey, I'll take that.
So guess what? No complaining. Whatever happens if you're with someone who is an idiot, that's on you. You can't even complain. You don't have no room to complain because it seems like there's two idiots in that relationship. I'm just saying.
And I can say from past experience for me that not sharing it and not talking about it just builds resentment from my personal experience. That, okay, I'm not going to say anything about it this time. And then it's just going to happen again. And it's just going to hit me a certain kind of way. And I'm going to keep it in. And then the next time it's like, boom.
So within you, the resentment and things are building.
I think in both partners, depending on your partner, I think it builds resentment that I'm gonna let it go again the 8th time. I'm gonna let it go.
That's what I'm saying. So you start building a resentment.
Yes.
You're getting angry about this. And then
I'm not sharing it.
Right.
That's right. I get it. I understand.
Right. We get it. You pick an idiot, you're gonna have idiot results. What are we talking about here? Don't pick an idiot.
Understand. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. If you don't get it, you just don't get it.
I don't. Because if you're with an idiot, look in the mirror. Because there's two idiots in that relationship.
No.
Not necessarily, Darren.
Thank you.
Tell me more. Tell me more, Doc. Tell me more.
I mean, some intelligent people will date people who aren't as intelligent.
Why?
They have their reasons. They have their reasons.
They want to be not challenged.
They got to deal with it.
They want somebody.
Yeah, sometimes you don't want to be challenged.
Yep.
So that means you have a problem because without challenge, you can't grow.
Why do you have a problem?
Just said you was just talking about opposites attract.
No, we said to a limit. I don't know.
To a limit,
please.
yeah.
I don't know what's going on over there today. I don't know if there's what's in your cup.
Gosh.
We don't do sip and chat no more, okay?
You know what?
I'm saying, Doc, because in a relationship, you want to be able to grow your relationship and grow together. But if you're with someone who's not, if you're with someone who doesn't grow or can't grow, what are we doing?
It says who?
And it also might be harder. It's a shame.
Okay.
Not everyone is in a relationship to grow.
Wow.
Maria Hardy says that's called a control freak.
Thank you.
She also says, I'm not a remote. I can't be controlled. I am willing to grow in grace with my partner.
Right. Let's go. Let's grow.
Yep. And the other piece of that growing is that it may be harder for one person to do that honest talking about stuff than the other person. That makes another problem.
Absolutely.
For me, it's easier to say these things. For him, not so easy. So you owe me the same growth opportunity. You owe me the same.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
It could be a problem. I say, wow. That was interesting. Play the next one. That one left quick.
Yeah, that was.
That was interesting. Yes. So yeah, I see that both ways it could be taken, but I think it was some. I think you should grow. You should be able to talk to each other as partners. You know, but no one should tell you who you are in a relationship.
You ready?
Somebody got to talk. We're going to be quiet while you're doing this. That makes a show that talks is weird.
I said, "Are you ready?" I didn't say anything else.
Push the button.
I asked one thing, and here you go.
Please send
I need you to keep my name out your mouth.
Uh-oh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
What are you doing?
7, 8. I'm trying to play hide go seek so I can go find who the fuck you talking to.
Keep my name out your mouth.
Now I put that in there because I figured that's a good way in relationships when something's going left. Just start counting. Then they can ask you what's going on.
Wow.
Like I'm trying to find out who you're talking to.
Wow.
Oh my
That's a
gosh.
strategy.
My mother tells a joke about that. You got time for it?
We got time for
We
it.
got time
All
for
right.
it.
So a man and his wife are with their horse and wagon. So it's the old time joke. And they're heading into town, right? The horse stopped one time. The man said, "That's one." They go along again. The horse stops again. He says, "That's two." Each time he beats the horse, all right? The last time the horse stopped, the man said, "That's three," and he shot the horse, all right? So as they had to walk into town, so as they're walking, the wife said, "Why do you shoot the horse? What is wrong with you?" The man said, "That's one."
I know where that's going.
It's going quiet. That's where it's going. It'll be a nice quiet walk.
One. I like that.
But yeah, sometimes you gotta start counting on people to find out who they're talking to. That's something you guys can use. Okay, you can use it at work or at play. This could be used in many different situations.
Most of the time, people don't want to know what follows.
They don't.
Wow.
And play the next one.
That was good. I like that one.
That's a little. Look, we like
Maria Hardy said, "Why look at the problem? I try to look at the solution."
That is true. Because sometimes looking at the problem may not help you, right? We gotta get to a solution. That's what's gonna help us move forward. Keep talking about the problem over and over again. And I think we do that in relationships a lot.
Yeah.
We just talk about the problem, and what are the solutions?
Mm-hmm.
This is good. Women pay attention.
We don't spend enough time problem solving.
Right. It's more complaining. I feel like we do. We just complain about things, but no, like, okay, what are we doing with this? Where are we gonna go? How are we gonna fix it?
Yeah.
We don't get there.
Nope.
You looking nice today. Babes, every other day I've known you, you look horrible. But today is different. It's about time. I was starting to question my judgment. Babes, it's nice outside. I'm about to go to the park and run. You should come. Babes, you were looking fat and out of shape lately. Please come run with me at the park and work out some of that big bag.
Ooh, babe, let's get some Chick-fil-A.
I'm not really hungry, babes, but I'll get you some.
Ooh, babe, let's get some Chick-fil-A.
I don't really care about your well-being, and I really don't want to eat with you. Babes.
Wow.
Wow, it's right.
You ever been in a relationship with people take everything you say and make it something that's not? And that's what it was. Everything he said, she made it something it was not. She looked at the glass half empty all the time, right? Everything was negative.
I don't agree with that. He was spewing it negatively.
Oh, we have a sick person on panel. Okay, tell us more. We have one here. So you heard him spewing it bad, huh?
He was saying negative things.
What did he say negative?
It's the way he was saying it there. We talked about how important the way is.
How did he say it negative? I just want to know. I don't know.
Normally you look bad, but today you look good. You don't have to say it.
No, Ruth.
What?
What he said first was, and then what you heard second was what she heard him say.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay, I was getting ready to say that was all bad. What I heard. Okay, that's the way she interpreted it. That's what you're saying.
Trauma here.
All right,
The thoughts of Ruth are her own.
could barely hear the darn thing.
That's one thing I talk about in couples counseling is, not putting your spin on what your partner says. I mean, we all do it. We interpret what people say to us from our own lens, but trying really, hard to take it at face value. What did the person actually say?
Mm-hmm.
Not what you said or not what you interpreted. What did they actually say?
I remember one time I was like, hey, I was thinking about you today. She said, well, who was you thinking about yesterday, huh?
Wow.
What happened?
Wow.
Whoa. Wow.
Hey.
How did you get there?
Right.
Said, today. Who was you thinking about yesterday? Oh, okay. I found a live one. Leave that alone.
Either that or sometimes our responses are not in live time. Like I misunderstood what I was just listening to and hearing. We're not really like focused in on it.
Mm-hmm.
No, you're listening through your traumatic trauma ear. Everything you said was bad.
I was talking about your statement, the way that person interpreted what you said.
Ruth, how could you interpret? You can interpret anything you want, but if I say I've been thinking about you today, and your response is, "Who were you thinking about the other days?" Is something
that
wrong?
means it was coming from a different place. That's what I'm saying. It wasn't just about that.
It's called crazy. It's called crazy. That's what it's called. Call from traumatic past.
No, it's something that you did that wasn't resolved.
There you go. See the trauma? It was me who made her do it. There you go.
It's your fault.
Let them talk long enough. They'll tell you.
Right.
All women's problems are because of us. She said it because of something I did.
Well, you must have not given her a compliment like that in a while. Something you did.
You're right. It's not that she's crazy or something wrong. It's got to be somebody else. It's every man she meets that does it. So this is what we have to deal with. This is why the dating pool is so crazy.
Were you complimenting her girlfriend or something?
Right. He did something he's not saying. Exactly.
You're right. It definitely was. It wasn't her and her trauma, but it was somebody else. Wow, women, this is what we got to deal with, fellas.
Maria Hardy says you must listen to your partner attentively.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. Right, and stop trying to decipher the code. Sometimes there's no code to decipher. It is. Take it at face value. If they say you look beautiful, you didn't say it yesterday. I'm never gonna say it again either. Now,
no, you can't always take everything at face value. You need to learn how to read between the lines. Sometimes it's all in what they don't say. You know what I'm saying?
Women, stay single. It's better for you.
And be at that's how you find out they be at Rhonda house during the day.
Yep.
They're at Rhonda's house during the day because you're crazy at night.
But on that listen to your partner attentively part, men are known for not listening as well when women are speaking.
Are they? Or is that just something
Vice
that
versa.
women say? Or is that
No,
say women say?
y'all are not the best listeners. You're just not.
Is that what I don't give me an example?
You just now.
What didn't I listen to? Tell me what I didn't listen to. Give me what didn't I listen
I'm speaking
to?
from experience again. Not the
Again,
best
I just asked for give me an example.
I don't know. I have so many.
It's so many we can't give an example.
So
Fellas,
many
see, women just speak in generalities, but we ask.
No, it's true. Men do not listen to women.
They can't.
Same way that women listen to men usually.
That may be true. I won't.
It's like when she come home to tell you about her day, you don't really care about her day, so you're not even really listening.
Okay, so can we unpack this real fast? You know I don't care about your day. So why would you come home and talk to me about it?
Wow.
You're trying to rape my time now. You're trying to grape my time, right? You know I don't want to do it, and you're trying to force me to do something that I don't want to do. So you're graping me. Don't grape me. Just know, again, if we talk about knowing our partners, then that might not be something that you should do if they don't want that.
Daryl talking about unwanted consensual listening.
Right.
Yep, exactly. That's exactly right.
And you know what? The bad part about that is when I do sit there and I try to pay attention as best I can. Did you hear me? What'd I say? I'm done. Now you're gonna turn it into something else. I tried my best, and you done made it so remedial. I'm not here to repeat what you said back. I'm not a parrot. Don't talk to me anymore. So
but
you
Daryl, that is the example. You can't tell her back what she said. That means you weren't listening.
No, guess what? I'm here, and you should be happy that I'm here, even acting like I'm listening. That say, well, think about it. It's give and take. If I really don't want to do this, and you're trying to force it upon me, I'm sitting there. You should just go ahead and talk at me as much as you can because I'm trying my best to take it. We both is compromise. I'm gonna sit here and try to take as much as I can in this nonsense that I don't care about. You're gonna tell me as much as you can. Wait, so I should care about what happened to what you at work? I should really care about that?
Wow.
When I'm sitting here watching the game or whatever, I should care about what happened at work?
Well, maybe you're not watching the game, Daryl, but
whatever I'm doing is my time.
You should be
listening.
Whatever
I'm doing is my time. So now you're forcing me to listen.
But that's the perfect example. I've had full conversations with my husband. Full. And he'll come back and say, so you want to go to, and I'll say, but we just had a whole conversation about that.
So whose fault is it? He says who he is.
He's not listening. He's not actively listening.
He's never going to actively listen. So he's showing you who he is.
That's
You're
not
still wanting him to be something different.
Nope.
What?
No, that's not that. There's no excuse for that. You have
so
to
keep fighting over it. See how it worked for you. Has it changed yet in 80 years?
Not really.
No, exactly. So, what are we doing here? Go our partner.
Not really, but I'm hopeful.
At a certain point, you have to say, all right, you know what? This is a wash. This is not going to change. He does 100 other things well. I'm not going to sit here and keep doing this if this is one of the only problems we have. Because you're making a problem. That's about you, then. That's about you.
But
if
don't I deserve an active listening moment?
You don't deserve anything. First of all. Who said you deserve anything? Where did you sign up to get the deserve button? I don't know who deserves anything. You have a good man who doesn't listen the best, and you're complaining about the one thing he don't do. There you go. Good job.
Wow. But what if that thing is important to me? You have to rise to that.
No, you should have left because he hasn't done it yet. That means he's not done. No, again, you said in the beginning, if the person's not doing, if it's a non-negotiable and you let it happen, at this point, it's your fault because you're still there. So give up on it. Give up on it. It's a different type of therapy. This is real. Like this is why I'm saying men have an issue because we can do 100 things, we can do 99 things well. That one thing you want to complain about, you're not listening to me because I don't want to. Let me have that. I do 99 other things well. Let me go fix the tire or something. Can I change the oil right now? I'd rather change the oil right now. Listen to your damn work.
Girl, listen to yourself.
Listen to me. Listen to you. It's a scale that's like this. 99 things are down here. The one thing you're complaining about, you don't listen to me when I say this boring story about Barbara, who I don't know at work.
Number one complaint. Y'all do not listen when we speak.
And we do everything else. So again,
it doesn't matter. You're supposed to do that too.
Oh, we're supposed to be perfect. You're right. I forgot. 100%. Okay, there we go. There we go, fellas.
Well, at least don't sit there and act like you're listening. I can take it if you can't listen at that moment, but don't act like it.
No. I don't want to listen at all. I can care less about
it.
Wow. you actually want to put the on pause.
Oh like, my gosh.
I'll tell you later about it. I don't want to hear it later, so I'm going to endure this pain now.
What? Hey, why is listening to me painful?
Do you hear yourself?
Maria Hardy says, where is the communication at?
Right.
Men should tend to their woman's needs.
Thank you.
It's a form of intimacy.
Right.
We
can't say it verbally. I'm sorry.
We love intimacy not only through sex.
Thank you.
What are we talking about? You're talking about talking. So now you talking my ear off is intimate for you? Well, you might as well be dry because I'm not gonna help you out there. Because just because we don't want to talk about your day at work, we can talk about other things. I don't want to talk about your day at work. Right? Maybe I don't want to hear about your day at work. Your day at work is the same day it's been for the last 30 years.
Wow.
You don't want to hear about it. You're telling me the same story a little different every day.
Daryl. Well, where is she going to put that? Where is she going to put that? And she needs you for that. Where is she going to put
got friends. I can't be your everything. See, that's your problem. If your man or your woman is your everything, there's a problem. You got to be an individual. And you have to know, again, and this is very one-sided. Know your person. If he or she is not really big at really talking or don't listen to your day, okay. You don't have to have that one thing. If you have
I just wish that we can take that statement right there, that part right there, and amplify it on the times where you call me and tell me that I'm not listening to you right.
Yep.
You're doing something else.
Leanne, sometimes I don't say it. I just let you go and do because you're not paying attention. Matter of fact, you don't pay attention most of the time we're on the phone.
That's a lie.
I'm like, yeah, and I stop talking and be like this. I'm like, Leanne, you there? You there? I'm here.
And you see how that feels, Daryl? So you all should do the same
I know
thing.
I accept her doing that. I know she's going to do it. I don't trip over it. At a certain point, you stop getting mad about it. Like at like 2 years, 3 years in, you're like, no, that's just her. I ain't gonna get mad at it. Because again, if I keep getting mad over the same thing anymore, I'm insane, right? If you do the same thing over and over, expecting a different response, who's insane? You are. And if that person is showing up the best way they can, and you're saying that's not good enough, then who are you then? If I'm sitting
How do
there,
I know it's the best way that you can? How do
I'm
I
sitting
know
here? Because I'm sitting here.
Just because you're sitting there in body form. That's it.
Right. That's the best I got for you. Because I don't want to be here at all. I don't want to be here at all. I don't want to hear your stories. Don't you got a friend? Ain't you call your girlfriend to tell her this?
I already told her I want my man to know now.
Why? Okay,
because
tell me why.
I do.
Why?
Because
like
the person that wrote in, it bonds me. It bonds me to him.
There's other ways we can bond. We can talk about other things that we can talk about.
That's not my choice of bonding right then.
Oh, well, if it's all selfish about you, then okay, who cares? If it's just about you, it's one-sided. There's no compromise.
It's not one-sided.
It is. No compromise.
I listen when you're talking or when he's speaking. I listen.
Well, just because you do something don't mean I got to do it, right? We're not the same. We're two different people. So because you handle situations one way, let's see all that and the eye rolling and stuff like that. See, that's what you got to deal with. I see what they got to deal with. I see why he sits there. He don't want to sit there, but he over there beatbox.
And then pretend you're listening. Can't tell me word for nothing back, and then tell me it's your ADHD 2 days later.
Because he got to try to make an excuse for not what he really wants to say. I don't care. I don't care about work. Think about it. If there was a serious conversation, now if it was a serious conversation and they're not doing it, that's different. So the conversation really depends. If you're just talking about your day at work, the same day at work about these women or men that I don't care about, okay. Just like if I tell you about the game and you're not into it, I'm like, yo, the game, the guy scored a touchdown. You may sit there and try to, but you're not really interested. Now, but if it's something serious about your relationship, you guys should be able to talk and listen and be in tune with each other. So I'm just saying, it depends on the conversation. If it's about something, surface about work, I don't care. I don't know these people and don't want to know these people. So that, and we should, like I said, you should be okay with him not at a certain point. When are you gonna stop doing the same thing over and over again? Please, or just be happy he's sitting there because he doesn't have to sit there. Every time he come home, he can run. He's like, here she go. I'm going to the store. Go to the store. You need milk. You got 19 bottles of milk in the refrigerator.
Wow. Wow.
So we got to find a way to, to meet both our needs. And I really believe, because even for me, sometimes I don't like going out in groups. I don't, especially groups I really don't know. And if I go, I may be very quiet. Right. And I know one girl's like, oh, you got here, you embarrassed me, didn't talk to anybody. Now I'm never coming. Me just going it took me a lot just to go. I'm going just for you. I'm going for you. That is, I'm doing it for you. I wouldn't go in otherwise. I went there. I sat there. I wasn't rude on purpose, but I don't got time. I don't do idle chit chat. How are you doing?
Wow.
I don't know you, so I don't care how you're doing. You don't care how I'm doing. So I just sit there. She got mad. You wouldn't talk to anybody. I don't know them. Why am I talking to them? But I'm here. You should be just happy that I'm here. So now I'm done. People can give what they can give. And if you can't respect that, I think that's a problem as well. Because you're not respecting me.
Why even come if you know that's not?
Oh my God, you're right. I'm never going to support you again. I was trying to support you the best way I could, but it wasn't good enough. Now I'm never coming ever again. So don't even ask. Did you play this one already, Leanne?
Did I?
Yeah, we heard that one.
That's when Doc missed.
Oh, okay.
You try to sneak it in there for her? Leanne, you ain't no good. Girl power.
Lee looking out.
Yes.
I will show you the one you missed, Doc.
It's because we listen to each other.
Somebody got to. That's why y'all need each other. There you go. Problem solved. Again, we need to be solution based. You keep complaining about me not listening. What are you gonna do?
Get you some
What you gonna do?
ADHD medicine so you can stop lying. Stop lying. Get you on some meds.
Well, you think that medicine is gonna work? You're lying to yourself. We both lying then.
I'm over it.
Good. And you should be at a certain point. It only took you 40 years.
40 years, I'm done.
Like my wife said to me one day, "Yo, we need to have a conversation.
Uh-oh.
Yo, you're not intimate enough. I don't feel intimacy. I'm gonna be real. I was like, I don't even know what that means." She said, "You don't spend intimate time with me." So I said, "I didn't know that you felt like I wasn't intimate. If we never talked about it during this time, when would you have told me?" And she said, "I don't know when it would have came up." Now watch. When we don't communicate, it creates a gap. From the time Tyshawn is supposed to say something to the time Tyshawn actually says something, everything in between here is what? A gap. And everything happens in the gap. People get divorced in the gap. Other chicks and other dudes enter the equation in the gap.
Facts.
People get information misconstrued in the gap. Every relationship, every couple, your number one priority is to close your gaps. Like my wife said to me one day, "Yo, we need to have a
All that. What do you think, Ruth? Was it good?
No, I'm hearing that. I call them disconnects. He calls them gaps. To me, they're the same difference. Like when we go through stuff like that, you can feel a disconnect. And so you got to bring that disconnect back connected by talking about what's causing the disconnect or the gap. So yeah, that's true. And if you don't, things can slide up in there. I believe. Literally. You gotta close that gap.
Yeah, because the connection becomes not as strong, and you pull apart further and further.
Yep.
Wow. That's crazy. Hey, everybody, fill the gap.
Better.
That's where you know how.
I'm going to fill the gap.
Wait a minute, what? Fall into the gap.
Right.
Fall into the gap. That's right. Listening.
That was good. Definitely was good. And like I said, things left unsaid. You know, the time you go from not saying it to saying it. And that's what I think Bruce kind of talked about. Could be build resentment. Gap, like I said, could widen just because, you know, you feel the disconnect because you're not saying things and you're pulling back because you're not getting what you want. And so, yes, you know, I think we should get in the habit of speaking up for things that but I think we got to balance it out, right? Because we only talk about the things that are not getting, we're doing wrong. It becomes problematic too. I used to be great at pointing out things that were wrong, but not putting.
Excuse me.
Can't.
You say used to be?
I feel like I'm being bullied. On here. I think that it comes from every different direction. Every time I look it up, somebody punches me in the stomach. I'm just trying to share a little bit here, and I'm being judged. But no, I think sometimes we get used to saying what people are doing wrong, but we don't say what they're doing right, right? So I think we have to balance it. Because if you always just, hey, you didn't do this right, or I felt like you did this wrong, and I did that's all they hear, and they start feeling like all you see them as is negative. Right? You have to balance it. And I had to learn that myself. When they're doing good, you feel like, oh, well, I'm telling them they're doing good. They're doing good. They know they're doing good. Everything is good. No, you need to hear it.
Especially if you're good at pointing out the bad.
Right.
If you're going to point out the bad, you have to point out the good.
Right.
And like you said, a lot of times people will say, you know, I'm not going to compliment or praise that because that's something they should be doing or whatever, you know. Why should I praise that? But you don't hesitate to say you didn't do it right.
Right. Absolutely.
That's true. And I've learned that as an educator to try to transfer it to my personal life, that when you have these one-on-ones with parents, before I say what Johnny is struggling with, I'll say the 2 good things that he's able to handle in the classroom first, you know, and then maybe they can hear me with the other piece a little bit better.
So
I try to use it.
You treat me like a meeting at school. You treat me like a meeting at school, huh?
Hey, whatever works.
Babe, I really like how you've been.
Yep, I like how you were listening that time.
Out. But when I came home, you really didn't remember what I told you.
Yes, please do better. Thank you, sweetie.
But if you if you give 2 quick ones like this and this, and then you go on for 30 minutes, 40 minutes about the bad.
You always putting timelines on it.
Not balancing. Not balancing. I'm gonna let you know it's not balanced.
You gotta put a time frame on it. Always.
Hey, you know you look good. You look like you lost weight, but you don't be listening to me, and the trash is there, and I can't take it, and then it's not balancing. That's not balanced. Like, you know, like I said, 2 good things. No, that doesn't.
Look, whatever.
I think you have the same energy when you say, even washing clothes. Hey, you wash my clothes? Thank you, girl, for washing the clothes. I know. Say it. Did that make you feel better about doing it? I know somebody said, you wash the dishes? You wash all the dishes? I was like, girl, I'm doing them all too. I'm gonna dishwash the food, like, because it feels good sometimes. Because I said we get both in a relationship, we get humdrum. We don't say thank you for somebody getting your plate or grabbing you the soda anymore, turning the TV or bringing you a pillow or a blanket. Get used to saying thank you to everything they do. We all, like Doc said, want to feel wanted and want to feel like people are, you know, understand what we're doing for them and being gracious
and appreciate it.
Yeah, right. Appreciate it. There it is.
Yep,
appreciate it. Like I thank you guys for showing up every Friday. I really do.
Well, thank you, Daryl. That was
even
kind.
Even though you're late sometimes, and
see, that's not a balance. That is not a balance. I was about to give him credit, Doc.
I said the good first, and then I came in with the other part, right?
You using my technique wrong. That's wrong.
It's a criticism. But it's true, even with children, you know, like Neil was saying, you can't just point out everything that they do wrong all the time.
Right.
You know? So, you know, your children, your partner, if that's all they hear, like Daryl said, that's all they hear, that's what sometimes people internalize that too. You know? And they think that that's all they are.
And I can tell you, the longer you're with somebody, the harder it gets for me to remember to do those gratitude moments. And so you have to keep it on the radar.
Right. Life starts going really fast.
Yep.
It goes really fast, and that day goes by fast. And you know, you get used to what you're doing and how things work, and you don't really you're not living in the moment. You just boom, before you know it, dinner's over. We're in bed, we're in the shower.
Right.
Hey, grabbing this, baby, do this, and you don't really think about it. We don't think about it, but we need to make a conscious effort to do it, because it will change your relationship just with positive words
or sustain it.
Right. Heck yeah.
That's why my babe loved doing the laundry. I'd be like, "Ooh, them clothes smell good."
Or he saw the way you look when you didn't know you was like, "Oh, you ain't gonna do it." I got it.
Unbelievable.
Is the difference between a woman that wants to be a wife versus a woman that just wants a husband. Oh, you know what? I think most of us are bred to just want a husband, whereas to be groomed and trained to be a wife means to understand how to respect masculine energy, how to truly be inside of your feminine, which means trusting the leadership of your partner, because feminine chooses certainty. Feminine doesn't choose flow, because feminine is flow, right? Feminine energy. When we choose to understand that it is our biggest opportunity to seek out the needs of a man without him expressing them, I think a beautiful opportunity for us to empower that man and ride through the storms. I feel like we live in a weak generation where things get hard and people immediately are like, oh, I quit, this is too hard. And that's like, it's never going to hinder you the result you want. If you keep quitting, it's to be groomed as a wife means it's compassion, it's longevity. That's where marriage starts.
What is the difference?
I'm gonna be single till I die.
Please stop it.
I really wanted to know what you guys feel about what she said. I can't speak to it. I definitely prefer to you guys. So what do you feel?
Gotta start with Lee on that note. Lee.
Well, we know Lee standing 10 toes down just now, standing on business.
You know, the whole grooming thing and respecting the leadership and to know what his needs are already and all this other stuff. Come on, we're not psychics. Regardless of what you think a man want, all men are not the same. So every man is going to have different preferences and different ways to lead, quote unquote. So, hey yo, you can keep your eye rolls to yourself.
There for you.
It's just nonsense.
Neil?
I agree that every man's different. Every man leads differently. I think the point she hit on about, you know, staying in it, figuring it out, learning together with it, that's what's lacking for a lot of folks because it's not easy. It's a hard thing to do. But the willingness to do it and the learning experience of it, I think is worth it. I do, Lee.
Okay.
Whatever you say, girl.
What do you think, Doc?
I think that you do have to work at it. I'll say that. You have to work at it. I mean, she's talking about knowing what he wants without him expressing it. No. I think that is a problem in a lot of relationships.
Right.
Expecting your partner to know. I don't know how many times I hear, oh, he should know or she should know. No, they should not. You have to tell them what you need.
Right.
So I think, I don't agree with her on that point.
Even, I don't know, the grooming part, she said being groomed to what, I don't know what she was really alluding to.
I thought she was talking about how people are raised, but I could be wrong. I thought she was talking about, women aren't groomed the way that they used to be to be a wife, as opposed to, how she say, being a wife versus just wanting a husband. Because I think that, I don't know how far back she's thinking of, but at some point in history, that was what a woman was taught about. Mom would teach the girls how to sew and cook and clean and all those things so she'd be prepared for her husband.
True.
So I don't know if that's what she's referring to.
Okay. That's very interesting. That was very interesting. Leanne's take was interesting as well. Good job, Leanne. Way to put it out.
Lee said,
You need to be led, Leanne. See that? She's learning.
She got real quiet.
Sure did. Lucky for him.
Let me think that
you better watch your back.
Protection is everything that's not physical. It's only probably 5% physical, because how many times do they even find themselves in an altercation involving physicality, right? So let's look at it like that. But a man's presence naturally can prevent a physical altercation, because if a man thought about harming a woman and he found out she has a man in her life, a brother, a father, a boyfriend, a husband, a son, his intentions change. So I don't want to go through that, because why? Because you're going to be held accountable. You understand what I'm saying? So when they say, oh, we need protection from what, they don't understand that there's certain boundaries that they don't even set. They get violated on the day-to-day. You go get an oil change, they telling you double the price. You need brakes, they telling you more. You need to do this. You can't even walk in a store without a man messing with you. Now I know that's just one point. Now let's go to the other side of it. Protection from their own overthinking. When they can't find solutions, when they gotta cry before they come to the terms of this is what needs to be done, and all of these things that a man could just cut to the corner and get it done. So it's not just physical protection, it's mental protection too, because if you can't figure it out, who are you going to call? A man to figure it out. So I think that in reverse, how I think women protect men, women should protect. A lot of the times women think that.
Okay, so what do you guys think? Protection.
I'll give it to him, that first part. That is valid. You know, when there is a man presence around, there's something to be fearful. It kind of make other dudes think again, or gives hesitation to messing with, or whatever the case may be. That second part, though.
What did he say in the second part that you didn't agree with, Leanne?
That you need to come to a man to get a solution.
He didn't say you need to. He said sometimes if you can't find a solution yourself, you're going to call your man.
No, you're going to call a man.
A man. I heard that.
So, really? Did you say amen? So
yes,
this wasn't
amen.
This a random man? You're going to call a random man?
It could be dad.
Yeah,
it could
a man in your life.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that makes sense too. Okay, so I still see. Okay, what's wrong with that? You going to call your girl to come fix the tire?
If she know how to fix tires.
I mean, come on.
Most likely you're not going to tell your.
I can fix
most
my
likely
own
you're not gonna tell
tire.
your girl. I can't. Here we're going to start lying today as we're going to start doing.
I know how to fix my tire.
I didn't say you didn't know how. I think most people know how. Now, wanting to do it and doing it is two different things.
I've done it before.
I just said I didn't say you didn't or did not know how or weren't capable of it. I think people are capable of doing anything, but do you want to do it? You know what I mean? They made AAA because people don't
It's
want to
a
do
lot
it.
of stuff
Men
I don't
call
want to
AAA.
do.
Like listen or have cohesive thoughts. I get it. I get it. And I'm not saying that again. I don't, and I don't know how far he's going left, but I think we do call people for certain things, right? If I wanted something cooked, I probably might call a girl. That's just what I would think. I might call a woman, like, hey, look, can you? I'm not gonna call my man. He can't cook, so I may think that a woman may.
What if you have a boy that's a chef?
Then I'm gonna call him. Then I'm gonna call him. He's a chef. Right, I'm saying we're going. Usually, it's some social norms that we have in our head that are predisposed that we might make a call because we feel this is, So I feel like a woman may call a man, even a man may, if he don't know how to do it, may call another man to change the tire. So it's not like what he's saying is just specific to women. How he was saying it, I think in general, if we need help, we're going to call the person we feel maybe in our head that can help us. You know what I mean? And sometimes,
yeah, but that's not what he said.
Some roles. Okay, so what did he say? Man? That's what he said.
He said you're gonna call a man.
You would, if in certain situations.
Yeah, but he didn't say in certain situations.
He said in all situations you call a man. I didn't hear him say that. And we know when people talk.
He didn't say in some.
Excuse me.
But he didn't say in some.
He didn't say what?
He didn't say in some situations.
Right, but most people when they speak in, but they're not saying it in every situation. We speak that way generally. Like we'll say like. I thought I heard something. I think sometimes we speak in absolutes, but we don't really mean every situation. I think that's just common speech, right? But so I don't think he meant in every situation somebody's calling someone. I don't think because there's no absolutes in the world. But I think that sometimes we do make calls based on what we think someone needs to do. If there's an intruder in your house, most likely you're gonna call. If you have someone, if some people don't have anybody to call, they may have to call a girl one of their girlfriends if they don't have a man around. But if they have a man around, you're probably going to call him first because
call the cops.
Or well, some people don't want to call the cops. In certain areas, people are not calling the cops because they have bad experience with the cops. So you're going to call your people.
I said I'm calling the cops.
Right, and we're not talking about you, right?
But I said I brought it back to me.
And that's when I said we're not talking about you. He asked me what I would do, as in Leanne. We're talking about in general. Some people may do this. So, go ahead, Leanne. Go ahead, Ruth.
I mean, I'm hearing what both of you are saying, but he also made it sound like to me, especially in the latter part, that you got to have a man to get certain things done. Like you go to get your oil change, they're going to give you a bum deal with that. You go to, get something else serviced on your car. They're going to
is that not true?
You out of that.
Is that not true?
I've
heard that before. I don't know how true it is. Like when they said sometimes a woman may go somewhere and they're going to charge her more. Or you go get a car, and the women say, I'm going to take a man with me. I heard women ask me, go with me, because sometimes with a man, they'll treat it differently. I don't know if that's true, but I mean, that's something that was said. I don't know if it's actually true.
Yeah.
Because I have been asked to go places because they said, I'm buying this car. Can you come with me just to look at it? Because the man's there, they're going to treat us differently. Again,
but I've also seen it work in the reverse.
That's right. I got you.
Yeah,
that's what you do. Because I ain't gonna steer you wrong.
You ain't gonna call me. We're all gonna go. So I think what he was saying, and I don't know if it's true. Like, I don't know if it's true today. Maybe at a certain time that was something where they would, if a woman came in, they would try to rake her over the coals and try to. Actually, I was talking to somebody daily. Every time I go to Accra, they try to get me on all this stuff. I think that's normal for everybody. I think even a man
these days maybe, but I've seen it work the other way. You go by yourself, and they like, oh, you poor damsel in distress, want to help you, and you got your little
help you, and now you spent more money than you thought they were helping you.
And I've gotten a better deal, is what I'm saying. So
how you know you got a better deal?
Because I know I did.
That means she didn't. You need 4 new tires.
No,
I got these tires yesterday.
No, but it can work. It can work to your advantage too, depending on that place and that person for sure.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I've had it happen.
Absolutely. I mean, you think you did, but okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes you get a worse deal if a man with you.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, absolutely.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh. You want him? Oh, full price.
I was like, stay right on this one, babe. I'm going to get us a deal.
Right. No, like I said, so it can work both ways in certain situations, right? Depending on what you look like. Okay, you might.
Here you go.
What that's what you guys.
I don't think it's based on that, Daryl. I think it's based on your charm, how you're speaking to them. Maybe
women aren't charming. What are we talking about here? Women are not charming. So what are we talking about?
It's based on other than your look, though, is what I'm saying.
No, it's not.
Okay, if you say so.
No, it's not.
It's not. What are we talking about? No, you're not charming enough to make a man. All right, we're not having this conversation.
Wow.
What are you talking about, Doc? If a woman is getting a discount, most likely because she's attractive, got a nice butt, boobs, something that he's attracted.
Wow, all of that. Can't she just be nice?
I'm gonna say and I think across the board, both ways, less attractive people don't get as many hookups. I'm just saying. if you're on the show right now, you're like, I ain't never got a hookup. Nobody really.
Oh Lord.
I'm just saying. If they never threw an extra burger
What
in the
he
bag,
expressed is not the views of Nothing But Answers.
Or the women on here.
Or the women on this show.
Or any woman for that matter.
Stop being delusional. If you don't get any hookups, if you never got an extra burger in your bag, they can say, just take it, it's on me. Probably because
got into the VIP without paying, got bottles without paying.
Listen, as a woman, if you go to the club and you're paying all the time, if you're buying, again, a woman, if you're buying all your drinks,
he's not even laughing.
I'm not. If he's buying, if you go to a club and you're buying all your drinks, No. Just no. I'm just saying. So certain things, you know, so it can go both ways. So again, some of the things he said that kind of I get what he was kind of trying to say, but I don't think it's as much. I think today, with the help of so many different things, like with AAA and things of that nature, you don't need anybody as much, right? Because you break down AAA, I'll be there in an hour.
Yep.
I don't need to call anybody, right? So a lot of things, which is making us more self-sufficient, because we can have somebody do it on our own, right? We can have somebody do it for us or get it done, no matter what it is. If I need somebody to deliver my groceries or buy food or whatever it is, I need somebody to bring whatever it is, you can get it done. So it's not as much as anybody needing people to help them. So even as far as friends, you know, you don't need anybody to do anything, because it's probably an app for it. Whatever it is, it's probably an app for it. You know what I mean?
True.
And so it's not as many hookups unless you have a picture on there. So I know sometimes I see something where the girl had a filter, and the guy was bringing her food, and she didn't look like she looked, and he threw her food on the ground.
Oh wow.
She lied.
Jeez.
So yeah, the way you look does definitely can get you some free stuff. Well, used to. Now, Amazon killed it. You can't get it with Amazon. But if you look good enough, then your package may be brought to the door, and they may ring it for you to come out instead of throwing it in the bush. Like if they always bring your packages to your door, you probably look like something.
You have a lot of intelligent women, but very few wise women. A wise woman can get a man to do whatever she wants him to do, but make him think he thought of it.
That part.
One example. I remember seeing this pastor that had come to church one time. He preached a message, and he told the ladies, he said, ladies, he said, let me show you how to just use your head. Say you're sitting in the room, and your man getting ready to get up, and he grabs the door handle, get ready to open the door, and you stop and you say, hey, stop, hold it. Don't move. And he's startled. He's saying, what is it? She said, it's just something about how you grab that doorknob. It just did something to me. And he gonna say, oh, you want to see me do it with that hand? So you got to with us. Okay, we'll give you all our money. We do everything. If you can just, because see, you can't buy men things. But what you can do is edify him. Tell him that he did something good, because especially with men nowadays coming from some of the households they come from, you might be the first person that's ever made him feel like he is something. You have a lot of intelligent women, but very few wise.
Kind of what we talked about earlier. Those comments, those edifications, we really remember because they don't come a lot. So like you said, he's like, what? Let me show. I can do it. Watch, I can do it again in slow motion. I'm not even going out no more. I'm gonna go sit down with you. And I believe what he's saying is 100% true. I think that it's funny because I think we had the thing that said it. You don't have to lie to a woman because if you do something, she'll lie to herself. Well, I mean, it's no different for a man. If the right woman is there and pouring into him, he'll do anything. Give all his money, whatever. He'll do he'll do it all.
Yeah.
So we can, but we need to use our power for good and not for bad. Like if you really just pour into each other genuinely, you'll have a better relationship.
True.
You'll have a much better relationship if you do, give each other compliments, hugs. It's so crazy that we have to say that. And it makes sense when they said, do the things you did to get me. But it's tough because women didn't do anything to get us. So
here we go.
That's the problem. They stay on brand. They stay not doing anything the whole relationship.
Wow.
And no, really, I have a question. Since you guys don't really have to, is it a thing where you're not really learning to do it? Like, is that why some women may not do it? Because if men are always chasing you and they're trying to get you and bringing you flowers and things of that nature, you're always receiving. You may not, if you don't learn how to do it, it's not like you're not doing something on purpose. You just expect this to happen. And quiet as kept, we expect to keep doing as well. We don't
Yeah.
know that until you get that one compliment one day. She's like, "Oh, I really like that shirt on you, babe." Like, this one, and then you get mad because I done wore it 9 days straight now. Like, you gonna wear that shirt again? Like, every time we go out, babe, this is my shirt you like. You know, it's a vicious cycle. It's almost a vicious cycle.
And I think it's societal norms, like you're saying, Daryl. I mean, that's what the male role is, if you will, and that's what the female role is. And that's, again, why we have to change that narrative, because both sides are deserving of it. And not have it be used against them, if you will. But we're so afraid of that. We're so afraid of that out here.
Well, I told you, in dating within me, I remember dating if a woman would try to pay or offer to pay, that would mean a lot. That would definitely mean a lot for her to show initiative. Like, let me get the tip. Yo, I'm like, oh, you a real one. That's how you feel. Like you're actually trying to put back into this. Like, you're not just trying to take.
Exactly.
That girl is going to go a lot further than maybe the girl who ate and just hands in her pocket.
Exactly.
And you actually look at them differently. It's like, this joint is in the I'm just going to smut out category. Like, she might get some, but this girl might be in. It might be something to come from.
You're right. My son says that now in the dating world. He said he would never let her pay, but just that offer,
absolutely,
that gesture makes him feel some kind of way with her.
Attempt to touch your purse. If you don't you want me to get the purse,
right?
It could be empty. It could be nothing in the purse, but just like, you want me to? Oh my God, because that means you at least thought about it, right? The thought is what matters. It's not that you actually do it; it's that you made it. You took enough time to think about it and say something, do something. You know, even as far, and it's tough today because we can't. You know, if I open your door, just reach over, act like you're trying to unlock my door, even though I hit the. Those things mean a lot, right? They do mean a lot because you're like, well, she's in it with me. I feel like you're in.
Right.
Yep.
You're not just here for the ride. You were actually doing things to show me that you are interested in me as well, to the point where you're doing too. So they're important. It's important both ways that we definitely do things, like I said, to make each other feel seen, make each other feel heard, and that relationship can go a lot longer. So, but let's get up out of here. Let's wrap this up like gifts on Christmas morning. Any last words? Neil, you want to go first? You were
sure, why not? Love is good. Love is dope. You know, hang in there if you find it, because it's dope. It's worth it. Even if he doesn't really listen and he pretends that he's listening for 40 years, if he's got a good, other 20 things going on, hang with it. Keep hope alive for that last piece, and put into it like you expect to get out of it. That piece is very important. I don't care how long you've been with them. Put into it, you want it given back.
Nice. What you got, Doc?
It's not over when you make the commitment.
Wow. Wow. I like that. That's
why that's not the end. That's the beginning. That is the beginning.
Wow.
That's when the work starts.
That's real. Everybody get ready.
Drum roll.
Leanne, what do you got for us?
Stay single, folks. Easier that way.
Hey.
Love is overrated. Don't make the commitment. You gotta stay out here and completely choose. Make sure you have options. Okay. And go forth and respect one another.
We speak for all voices. We speak for all voices out there. The thought is a voice for everyone. Someone feels the way Leanne feels as well. She's not alone. Love is patience. Love is kind. It doesn't boast. It doesn't.
What?
Love is definitely a good thing. It can be a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we all, I hope and pray everyone finds love, healthy love. There's some very unhealthy loves out there, but a healthy love. And I love what Doc said. The commitment is not. You didn't make it there. You still got a lot. Don't just stop there. Continue to do what you did to get her, and she's not going to continue to do anything because she didn't do anything to get you. So just get ready to not have any compliments or feel good about yourself. She's not going to help you feel good about yourself. She doesn't know any better. We only get compliments on our birthday and Christmas. And my birthday is so close to Christmas, I get one compliment.
You get a twofer.
No, I get one for both. Anyway, this is for your birthday and Christmas. Hey, I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. We love the comments. Thank you guys for joining us. Please continue to hit the Facebook page, Nothing But Answers. Like, subscribe, share, tell your friends about it. Please. We're trying to get the algorithm up. We're trying to go viral. We got next week. We're gonna do something to go viral. Ruth had a good idea.
You gonna stop lying?
Leanne's gonna be on camera. Leanne's gonna be on camera next week for our new idea. We're gonna call it Outside. Okay, I'd rather be outside. Please continue to hit the page. We love the comments. Please keep posting and commenting, and we're learning so much. We will in the next couple of weeks. We're going to try to plan something. We're going to get a date together, put it out there, so we come out a meet and greet. And that's really it. We again, thank you for joining. Leanne, get off the phone. It's rude. You know what I mean? This is how you're doing it.
I'm not on the phone.
Whoever that is, hang up on them. Tell them hang up. We're at work. Hey, we love you guys. Have a good night. Leanne, hit the button.
Bye.